Yo, what's good, everybody? I hope everybody's having a good New Year's Eve. So far, we're just a couple hours away before we are into 2023. But while we're in 2022, we're gonna go ahead and go over our top 5 moments of One Piece this year. But before we get into that, let's go ahead. If you would, please drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe. Yo, we're almost halfway there to 200 subscribers. I can't believe it. You guys are doing so awesome. If you want to be in that first 200 crew, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell for future notifications regarding One Piece videos, and let's get straight into it.
Hey, listen!
Let's get straight in with our number 5 pick of the year, and that would be Koby getting kidnapped by Blackbeard. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Koby getting kidnapped by Blackbeard was a huge mouth dropper this year. Not only that, but it happened super recently since we've been done with the Wano arc. But Koby getting kidnapped really raised the stakes going into the final saga of One Piece. And of course, it gave us a showcase of the Seraphim. It showed us exactly what the Marines are working with in terms of this weapon that they created to replace the warlords in a mission where it was supposed to be pretty cut and dry, right? Koby was just supposed to waltz over Amazon Lily and arrest Boa Hancock, which I'm not really sure that Koby could have done that. But anyways, it was supposed to be straightforward. But Blackbeard ended up invading and screwing that all up. And in the midst of that, the Seraphim showed up and basically chased them off. But somehow, some way, there was a bargain made, and Koby ended up being the sacrificial lamb to let everybody go free. Rayleigh came in and saved Boa Hancock, but he's not saving any Navy captains, right? So Blackbeard did kidnap Koby, and on top of that, just the nuggets that Blackbeard dropped about Koby basically being the catalyst to him taking over Hachinosu, him stopping Law in the Rocky Port incident basically led to him taking over Hachinosu. We have to know more about that because the connotations of Blackbeard kidnapping Koby are already huge. We know that Kuzan is with the Blackbeard pirates. I don't think Kuzan will stand for this. And of course, if you're caught up in the manga, spoiler alert, Garp is on his way to save Koby. That's right, Garp, the Marine hero, is on his way to save Koby. Exactly what would happen if Garp were to, I don't know, die in this conflict with Blackbeard? What are the consequences of that? Does Luffy stop what he's doing now and go after Blackbeard? Does the Marines go to war with another Yonko? Like, what is the fallout that happens if Garp or Koby dies by the hands of Blackbeard? Because right now, we have absolutely no idea. Something that we're gonna have to look forward to in 2023. But moving on to our 4th pick, which is another recent one, being Rob Lucci versus Luffy. That's right, Luffy and crew pulled up to Egghead Island thinking that it was gonna be all cool, all fun and sunshine. They thought they were just gonna go meet up with Vegapunk. Vegapunk was just gonna give them the answers to devil fruits and all of that, and they thought that it was all gonna be hunky-dory. Not so fast though. CP0 not only pulled up, but they pulled up with a Seraphim. They got into a conflict, and now, if you're caught up with the manga, spoiler alert, Lucci has all the Seraphim on his side, that being the S-Bear, the S-Snake, the S-Hawk. They're all on the side of CP0, and they're getting ready to invade the lab phase and go get Vegapunk. On top of that, Kizaru just pulled up and is waiting outside Egghead Island, and he's calling for more battleships. Now, Kizaru himself is a force to be reckoned with. Kizaru with a bunch of battleships and CP0, I mean, the Straw Hats are really gonna have to pull something out of that for this one. Now, of course, I know y'all are saying, but Sifu, Rob Lucci already got beat up by Luffy once. Yes, that is absolutely true. CP0 is no match for the Straw Hats. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. CP0, in a one-on-one fight, they're no match for any of the Straw Hats, with the exception of maybe Stussy, who we have no idea how to gauge her power level in this scenario because we haven't seen her fight, but I doubt that she's higher than Rob Lucci or Kaku, so Kaido. It doesn't really matter. There's no way that CP0 can take on the Straw Hats, but if you watch my former video entitled CP0's plan, they don't actually have to beat the Straw Hats. All they have to do is eliminate Vegapunk and they can complete their mission. Therefore, they wouldn't be completely useless in One Piece. Coming in at number 3 is an emotional one. It's the Red Scabbards versus Kaido. Yes, ever since the introduction of Kinemon and Momo in Punk Hazard, we have been on this emotional roller coaster, this emotional build up that is the Scabbards versus Kaido. When we got to Zou, we got even more information regarding just how evil Kaido has been to them in the land of Wano. And of course, when we got to Wano, we actually got to see the destruction firsthand. We saw what Kaido did as soon as they got to Kozuki Castle. And of course, we're never gonna forget what Kaido did to Oden in Oden's flashback. Yes, the emotion, the sadness that we felt when we saw Oden die, when we saw all the Scabbards run for their lives in shame because Oden had fallen. Even though he completed the challenge and saved their lives, he still died a dishonorable death. And they worked night and day over the course of 20 years, even though for half of them it was more like 20 minutes, in order to avenge Oden. Everything they had worked for was up to this moment to avenge Oden, and they finally got their chance. And even though they failed at beating Kaido, we still felt what they felt. We still felt like this is what they deserve, this opportunity to regain their honor. The blood, sweat, and tears that they put in for this moment, this is what we are here for. This is where Oda shines, guys. This is where Oda's writing is at top tier level. And of course, the anime went and made it so magnificent. The black and white moments and the build up to them cutting down all the beast pirates just to make it to Kaido. And of course, the fight against Kaido itself. He spent most of the fight in dragon form, but everything that he threw at them, they had an answer for. Ultimately, they lost, but it was still amazing to see nonetheless, to the point where Kaido really couldn't tell the difference between them and Oden. You know what I'm saying? Their two-sword style technique with a spitting image of Oden. Absolutely magnificent. The Red Scabbards versus Kaido. Coming in at number 2, we have none other than Roof Piece. That's right. Roof Piece was something that we have been looking forward to, not just for a long time, but to be honest, we've been looking forward to it for years. We didn't know that it was gonna come in the form of Roof Piece. However, I remember maybe 5-6 years back, a fake panel of all of the Supernova versus Kaido being released. Now, this was fake, but it got the entire fan base so amped, so crazy in expectation of the Supernova versus Kaido. And even though we didn't get all the Supernova versus Kaido, of course, Apu and Hawkins were on the side of Kaido, so they weren't gonna fight against him. Just knowing that the rest of the Supernova that were gonna be there, being Kid, Law, Killer, Zoro, plus Luffy, we knew that once that happened, it was gonna be a wrap. This is what we came here for, and this is exactly what we wanted to see. And on Roof Piece, they absolutely delivered. The way that Luffy saw Kinemon sitting on the ground, Kinemon asking Luffy to avenge them, Luffy, the way this man split Kaido in the head with Red Rock for the first time, the introduction of Red Rock, absolutely insane. When Luffy did the instant transmission in between both Big Mom and Kaido, bruh, they were not ready for this. And from there on out, we know that it was just a showcase for the Supernova to show that they are now on the level of the Yonko. Awesome to see, awesome to watch. If you haven't watched it, what are you doing? Roof Piece coming in at number 2, but coming in at number 1, we have the Sun God Nika fruit. That's right, Luffy does not have the Gomu Gomu no Mi like we were led to believe for over 20 years. Nope, he has the mythical zone Nika Nika fruit, and that makes Luffy Nika the Sun God. Now, this reveal was pretty crazy. It was pretty wild. The fan base was going crazy. Some people loved it, some people hated it. I remember seeing evil, making videos about Hanuman theories, and just everybody had a different theory on the situation. But the reveal that this was the Nika Nika fruit, it was huge. It changed the landscape of One Piece completely. And of course now everybody's theories and outlook on One Piece has changed as well. People have theories about Blackbeard having a zone fruit now, although maybe he already had one, who knows. People have different theories about how Luffy's gonna be a Kainu. Like, the entire One Piece world has changed with the reveal of Luffy being the sun god Nika. And of course the world government is absolutely shook. They didn't want this to happen. They didn't want the Nika Nika no Mi to be found. They didn't want the user to know that they had the Nika Nika fruit. So this is huge, and it's gonna be huge going into the future. And by far, this is the biggest reveal, the biggest moment in One Piece of 2022, the Nika Nika fruit. But of course, let me know what you think. What are your top 5 moments of One Piece in 2022? Of course, these are just mine, these are just my opinion, but let me know in the comment section below. Let me start by saying I apologize for the poor audio quality. Of course, once again, I am away traveling for work, so I'm in a hotel room, so the audio quality isn't as good as it could be, and I apologize for that. If you liked the video, make sure you drop a like on the video. And yo guys, we are on that road to 200 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe. I appreciate everybody who's been supporting the channel. I've been reading a lot of the comments in the comment section, and I appreciate the love and support. This has been your boy, your host, Seafood That Guy speaking. Stay safe, stay healthy, and Happy New Year.